What's the point of being good when nothing matters? If our life is going to end, the world is going to end, why should you be good? Why should you do good deeds? Why should you be a good person? That's been something that's been on my mind for a while now. This idea of what it means to be good and bad, and whether there's an absolute to the idea of good and bad, or is it all relative? Do we get to decide what is good and bad? Does the culture decide what is good and bad? Can good people do bad things? And can bad people do good things? I think that the world that we live in right now wants that black and white thinking. Oh, this person does one bad thing and they're automatically attributed to be a bad person. And that also depends on what it is, the bad thing that happens. But of course, there are laws, right? To decide what it is that is good and bad within the society, what should be shunned, ending the lives of others, soliciting children. Of course, these are things that should be shunned and punished. But what about everything else? All the bad things that society tells you is bad. Why should you, as an individual, maintain a sense of goodness? For what? For society? To benefit society? To benefit yourself? To have a moral superiority? No. Because whatever you put out into the universe comes right back to you. In reality, the reason why people do bad things is because it feels good. It feels good to go against what society wants of you. It does. But then there's that part of you that feels a sense of guilt. Of course it does. Because the energy that you put out into the world is the energy that comes right back to you. If you do bad things because it feels good, bad things will happen to you. And maybe that sounds, I don't know, silly, crazy, I don't know. But the reason why you should be a good person isn't because you should show off to everybody that you're better than them. It's because whatever energy you put out into the world comes right back to you. No matter what it is that you believe, whether you believe in moral relativism, that each person gets to decide what is good and bad. There's a truth in that, right? And that's why bad people or people that do bad things, they try to justify themselves by saying that, well, each individual person decides what it is that is good and bad in their own life, in their own retrospect. A society wouldn't function if there wasn't some absolutes to it. So when nothing matters, why be a good person? The answer is simple. If nothing matters, why be a bad person, too? Why go out of your way to hurt others? And at the end of the day, I struggle with this thought concept. You know, I see people around me sometimes that do bad things. They seem like decent people, but they do bad things in their lives. And they feel no remorse, no guilt. Because in their own world, the bad things that they do is warranted, is deserved. It doesn't matter. Because nothing matters. And sometimes I wonder, what is the extremes of what is good and what is bad? Sometimes I get so confused on placing judgments on other people. For a lot of people, it's easy, especially in this society right now. It's either black, it's either white. You're either good or you're either bad. There's no nuance, there's no gray. And that's what bothers me. Because yeah, the gray is confusing. Nobody knows what happens in the gray. That's why it's gray. It gets confusing. There's lines that need to be crossed. There's exceptions. There's everything. And I get confused in that too. Can a good person do bad things? Yeah. Can a bad person do good things? Yeah. Because that just makes them a person. Not good, not bad, maybe more good, or maybe more bad. But that just makes them a person. So the reason why you should be good when nothing matters is because all of the energy that you put into the world gets reflected back. And bad energy is draining. And you'll see, you will not have any integrity. Maybe that doesn't matter to you. And that's fine. You can go around and do bad things. And sometimes we envy those people, you know, those people that are able to do bad things without feeling any sort of remorse or any sort of guilt. I know I do. But at the end of the day, you don't want to be that person. You don't. Because negative energy will slowly take your soul away, will take every ounce of your individuality, your essence, your empathy away. And why should you be empathetic? You shouldn't. You don't have to be, at least. But in this world that is hard for everybody, it's everyone's first time being alive. So why be bad when you could be good and have positive energy emanate from you? Because at the end of the day, the energy that you put out in the world will get reflected back to you. And so, although bad things feel good in the moment to do, although you can justify all bad behavior that happens, it will catch up to you eventually. And what bothers me is that justification. Oh, well, God will forgive me for being bad. Oh, I forgive myself for being bad. And in some aspects, that's a good thing, and you should forgive yourself, but not so you can continue to do bad things. It's so you get a second chance at living a life where you could be happy. And for that, you have to do good deeds. Not because society tells you, not because the culture tells you, not because God tells you. Because if you were not to be good, you would feel it inside you, your soul slowly dying, slowly fading away. Because I know what that's like. And I'm sure a lot of people do too. You can either let yourself be taken away by the bad, or change and be good so you can be good for yourself. So, like that, good energy can come back to you. That's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.